I can't believe it is halfway through the year. I feel like it was just yesterday I created this calendar and had a reset for the year, starting off fresh with my goals and my tasks and my projects. And here we are 6 months in. So I am reflecting and looking back to see if I'm still on track. I'm going to share with you what worked, what maybe needs some fine tuning. And I'm also looking forward to sharing with you a July setup to get us started, a refresh on my goals. And also, I look forward to sharing some video clips of the projects I've actually completed so far. I'm so super excited to share those with you. And then I'm hoping there's inspiration being given here through this video, that if you haven't done the recap and the reset and tracking on if you're on task for a great next 6 months, we can do it together. So we both have a great next half of the year.
First things first, since it is the beginning of a new month, I am going to set up my spread for July and I'm going to make it pretty. I am adding more and more elements each month, elements that just make me really see the beauty in the planner. I've even added this time rub-on transfers, which I think are really cool. I put them in my highlights section so they are ready for at the end of the month. I put my highlights of everything we've done that month that I just want to capture, and then my content calendar has everything. I've kind of gone with an aqua water kind of blue theme this month, and I'm plotting out all my content with my sticky notes. I have my weekly spread going with the aqua marker, and I have my to-do this week. So everything is starting to be plotted out. I have my calendar and everything set. I do need to put in some more content. I'm a little shy on my stickies, but that will get filled out throughout the next weeks. And then of course my list on the right of the to-do this month. Everything is set up for July, and just as a reminder, this is the Laurel Denise Vertical Month and Week at a Glance Planner. It's the one planner I've been using the most consistently, and it is the best tool I use to help me achieve all my goals.
I think when you talk about the year is halfway through, it's such a reflective time. And so it really allows you to go back and look at things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and look, because I am such a planner, not just with a planner, but the way I work is I am motivated by to-do lists. I am obsessed, probably too much, with lists. And I really get such a dopamine hit from the actual crossing off something on a to-do list. So what I do is I divide my life, I guess you can say, everything I'm going to do that requires some activity. This is apart from my professional life, apart from my 9-to-5 job. This is the things I'm working at home, personally and creatively. And so these are the projects. These usually mean they take a chunk of time. These are the tasks, usually easy to cross off. They don't take as much time. That some of them are repeatable. A lot of them are errands and chores, different things like that. And then goals, which take a lot of lift, either mentally or actually physically doing the thing. So that's kind of how I've broken it up. I like to have a good spread and mix of all three categories. And I like to have a good mix, not just in my life and my year in general, but also throughout the months. I like to take a little of each grouping, and that just seems more manageable and doable. So here we are mid-year. How well are we doing? Because if you continue the way you have for the last 6 months, you'll continue the same way you'll end the year, pretty much similarly. So I want to make sure that I am okay with that. So what I've done is I've listed everything here, and then I put a number. So what I've done is put a number of the items on the actual list. So projects, there's 26 here, tasks 30, and goals looks like 21. And then based on how many I've completed, I put that number to see, have I completed at least half? And the answer, unfortunately, in a couple categories is no, but we're very close. So here, 12 out of 26, so we're almost halfway. Just too shy of half there, so that's great. 19 out of 30, so that's not surprising because like tasks are pretty easy. Give you an idea of some of these tasks. One is like bring the donations to the donation center. I need to call Amazon support. I have some picture frames that have old pictures in them, need to take them out. There's like some cleaning, dusting, sewing clothes, just kind of, like I said, chores and errands and different things. So 19 out of 30, not surprising. Goals, this one is not surprising, but a little disappointing, because here we are halfway through 21, I've only done 6. Now, okay, I think that just helps me reflect, and that's why I'm doing this, is to say, okay, this later part of the year, which also makes sense. It's a season to be more indoors. So if you're doing something creatively, you don't feel guilty that you're doing it on, a cloudy, cold day. It's just, these things probably kind of lean into that season. Okay, but some of them I have done, pleased with that. Some of them are also like travel, like planning out future travel events. I even put one here as like plan the travel. So we're doing that. Enough on the projects, tasks, and goals. These are what I've done. You can see how I've assessed where I'm at, and now I know, okay, make sure the goals don't slip. Are they on track? Can you actually accomplish all these by the end of the year? Also, I look at them and I go, ooh, what needs to be adjusted? Are you really wanting, if this is all you did all year, are you okay? Are you satisfied? That's a big question to ask in the mid-year of your goals and your tasks and everything you have on your list. If you were to tell yourself that's all you get done, are you okay with that? Are you like, yes, best year ever? Or are you like, ooh, no, that's not really what I want to at the end of the year say I've done? That's a good reflection point. Okay. So hope that helps. So let's talk about the things I did that I am so happy about. Things I accomplished in the last 6 months that I am thrilled I've done. Number one, I transformed my entire gift wrapping supplies. I not only moved the location, I expanded the location and I turned it into what I think is almost like art. It's like a very pretty wall I like to look at. And so it just makes things so much easier because everything's not stuffed away, it's on display, and I visually remember it. Okay, there you go. So that project has given me so much satisfaction. The second project that has given me so much satisfaction, kind of bittersweet, but it was time for the era to close, and that is my scrapbooking, to say goodbye in the end to not scrapbooking at all, like I'll never scrapbook again, but to do themed family albums. That was hitting the end of its era because of the ages of my kids and because of where I was just in my own personal time. I was at a good place to close that chapter. I am so satisfied with the albums I have, with the display I have, with the progress I've made over the 25 years of scrapbooking. I loved the video I did. It was such a good reflection for me personally, just to kind of go through that journey and talk about it again. It was so satisfying and rewarding. And the end result, I couldn't be more proud and I couldn't be more happy. And now by releasing and closing that chapter, I feel like I've opened up myself to be available for more opportunities, which is a project to actually do albums, school albums for other families and their children. And that's a project that landed in my lap. Also, I am now looking at it differently, scrapbooking, to think, are there ways I can help others? Because I've done 25 years. Surely I have a tip or two to share with those who are either wondering how to start, or you're in the middle and you've got burnout, or you're trying to do it while doing a full-time job. And I've done all that. I have so many tips and tricks. I could certainly do videos on that. So it's now opening me up to those possibilities. The number 3 project, it is also a huge goal that I had for this year, and it actually happened sooner than I anticipated, and that was seeing my best friend and her business and doing a video on it. She has restored a white school bus, and she totally transformed it into a small business. She restores and repurposes furniture, and she also does a lot of home decor and does it with repurposed items. And I thought I wouldn't see her till the fall. She had talked about debuting this business this fall, but she wasn't really sure if that was going to happen. We decided, you know what, let's turn it into a whole vacation. Let's go see her, then go to the beach. And it was our 25th year wedding anniversary. We decided we should go somewhere for that anniversary, do something. And so I went and visited with my husband, with her. We had the best time. They let us stay on her property in an RV they set up for us. We enjoyed it so much. I got to be with my best friend, and then we got to explore on her bus, and then I did a whole video on it. I'll leave a link to that because it is amazing just what she has done with this bus. But it was so much of a perfect moment for her and I. She had been wanting me to see this. She's been doing this for years, and I've only seen videos and pictures. So to see it in real life was such a moment for us. And then our 25th year anniversary there on the beach was extraordinary. That is project number 3, being able to see her bus and see her sooner than I anticipated and having a great experience. So let's talk about project number 4, which I just achieved recently. Was totally inspired by Laurel Denise, and it was inspired by her wrapping paper. And her papers really spoke to me, and I didn't want to just wrap gifts with them. I wanted to be more creative, and I wanted to see the papers in my life. And that would be where I created my recipe binders. I actually just repurposed my recipe binders. But these binders are so pretty to look at. Every time I go into this nook and I see them so pretty labeled, I see the pretty papers, I just love it. I just love that I could see her papers, that those designs just kind of on my shelf every single day. I think it's perfect. So that is a project that I just completed recently.
I also completed a whole video on this. I'll leave a link to it in the description as well.
This 5th project that I completed, actually I'm in the middle of it, to be fair. I'm in the middle of it because it has taken me so much mental preparation and energy, and it has been on so many different spots of my list. It's a goal, but it's also a project, and then there's tasks with it, and it has to do with my photos and videos and the storage of all of those. So I'm going to show you what I just worked on, and it is a exercise I had to do. I had to put it on paper. I didn't know where to use it in my planner, so I just got a piece of notebook paper here. The first thing I had to identify was, where are all my photos and my videos and my files and documents and screenshots? Where are all they? And I love that I did this because it was a real eye-opener.
Now, I'm not going to go into much detail. I'm going to save that for a different video. But for this, I just want to give the highlights that the first step is to assess where everything is. That was so good. And then the next step, which I'm currently working on, I'm in the process, is to identify what is the master. Like, is it the backup storage? Is it in the cloud? Is it on a laptop? It helps to know what order of saving and moving files and documents and videos, and it really helps me identify where the priority is. So this is just a teaser for now. I'm looking forward to sharing this in a future video with a full process and some detail to it. So I'm hoping this will help. If it will, please leave a comment. Let me know I'm on the right track to share this kind of tips and tricks with you and some ideas for a good process. And also your goals. Share with me, what have you done the last 6 that you're proud of, what you're looking forward to in the next half of the year? I'd love to hear it. So please leave those comments. And if you like this video, give it a like. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I've enjoyed this video. I hope you did too. I will see you on the next one.